everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate seeing you all here. I am so sorry about yesterday. I This has been a really busy week. I had jury duty for the first time. I had jury duty. Um, I got called before back during 2020 for I think it was the first time, and it got canceled because of the shutdown. But it was quite interesting, a little interesting. My first time doing it, so it's over with now. I don't have to do it. I guess you get called again in 3 years or so. But tell me what you guys think about jury duty. If you guys like being in that environment, and tell me what your experiences with it is, because it's new to me. But in any event, thank you for your patience. Thanks for being here today. I am back, and today's topic of discussion is recognizing situations that cause conflict. And before we get into all of that, I want to see how everyone's doing. How is everyone doing with these messages and with your mental health and physical health? Because they go hand in hand, the mental and the physical health. I hope everyone is doing well and these messages here are helping you, to get through whatever grief that you're going through due to the loss of a loved one, or even maybe due to the loss of a pet. So continue to be here. I will continue to uplift you and encourage you, and tell you stories as well. Stories about how I get through things when the times are difficult. So before we get started, I want to tell you guys a story. I don't know if how many of you ever had this situation. Have you guys ever had a situation where somebody asks you out, but you're not really interested in going out and you decline, but you do it in a nice way. You're not nasty about it or anything like that. And then the person catch an attitude because you decline. I mean, I am not in a, like, how do I say this? It's like when someone asks me out to go out and I wasn't really interested. But not only that, I'm in a place right now where I'm trying to do more work to try to minimize those grief outbursts that I have from time to time. If anyone ever had that, you know what I'm talking about. When you lose a loved one, even though it's been a while, you have those grief triggers, I guess is what I'm going to call it. And trying to get that under control has been difficult. It's better, it's a lot better, but I still have my moments. But in any event, I wasn't interested. So instead of saying, whatever, I just, decline. Like, no, I got a lot on my plate, not, you know, at the moment. And, the person caught an attitude. And I started laughing. The old Lisa would get upset, but I just can't. Guys, help me out here. I can't understand why someone would get an attitude. I can understand that, the person may have felt rejected or whatever, because I've been in situations where I wanted to date someone, they wasn't interested. Okay. It may feel like hurt your feelings or whatever, but you get through it. But I didn't hurt their feelings. I just kind of declined in a nice way. I have too much on my plate, etc. And the attitude started. And so as I looked at this and saw the body movement and all this other stuff and blah blah blah, I started laughing because I said, why in the hell would I want to date someone who's doing this just simply because I declined? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? With everything that I've gone through and everything that I'm still, trying to get better at, and this is what I this is what you bring to the table. And I'm like, okay, the handwriting is on the wall here. So I just said, oh, Lisa, you dodged the bullet here with this situation. I just want to know in the comment category, comment and let me know if you guys ever had this. situation where you declined something and someone caught an attitude, whether it was a date or whatever it was. It's just, when people start to act like, little kids. But, I just started laughing later because I said, this is ridiculous. And, I'm glad I'm not dealing with that. But anyway, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments below. So let's get into this topic of discussion. Um, I'm talking about situations that make you uncomfortable, etc. What I learned to not just have time alone to myself, but laughter. Learning to deal with negative situations in a better way, than I used to in the past. Like when someone comes to me with something negative or conflict, I just don't engage in it in the same manner that I used to. After going through all this grief, people and losing people on top of people, it made me realize life is too short for all this BS and confusion and chaos and all the craziness and drama. Life is too short, you know, and tomorrow is not promised to any one of us. I also learned, people, that some people come into our life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. And sometimes people are here to teach us a lesson. They're not here to be in our life for the duration of it. They're here to teach us a lesson. And once we learn that lesson, that person is removed from our life. And we go on to whatever lesson, the next lesson, whatever that might be, right? And as we learn these lessons and as we get better, then the lessons become fewer is in life because we're learning and we're moving forward. And when someone is unhealed and they refuse to do the work and they see you doing the work, this is where I have a real problem. Someone knows that, the people who know they need to do the work is not easy. They know that already, to heal and to grow. But you got to go through the pain. You have to, you know, have an outlet for that pain, whether it's crying or whatever. You have to go through that before you can get to the next step. And, going to therapy, as I always talked here, grief bereavement groups to hear stories of other people. Well, some people don't want to do the work to heal because it's hard. It's hard as hell. It really is. It's not easy. And the pain of it all. So they stay stagnated. But what I don't get is why those same people who make that choice, which is their choice, of course, to stay stagnated, now you decide to do the work and you say, listen, I need to get better because my mental and physical health is being affected and I want to improve that. So you go through whatever you need to go through to get from step A to step B. And that person is hating on you. If you're doing the wrong thing and you're doing not the right thing, you're doing the wrong thing and they're hating on you, it's different. But you're doing things to better yourself that's going to take care of your physical and mental health, which is everything. Because without that, you can't do anything more. And when you start to love on yourself, you start to grow, expand, etc. And people, haters are hating on that, but they don't want to do the work. But now they want to stop you. And this is why, for me, I always in my videos talk about cut off, why I cut off, block, and delete. Because there's no conversation when I see that someone doesn't want to see me heal. And they don't come out and tell you. They tell you in ways, I listen to the conversation, just little things that they say that are envious, things that are being said. What? Oh, why do you get to do A, B, C, and D? Because I did the work. I've gone through hell and then some. And none of this is easy. And I'm in a place now, not just doing the work for myself, but here on this channel to help other people. No one should be envious of that because a lot of people are going to hear this message. They're going to be inspired by it. they're going to want to do the work so that they can feel better. And when you feel better, people, you do better. When you're stagnated and you're stuck, depressed, and just feeling beat down, you can't do anything for yourself or anyone else. And it's important. And then your health suffers, your physical and mental health. Why would someone want you to be stagnated like that? If they have the choice to do the work, they refuse to. But why do you want to hate on someone who is doing the work? That to me is like conflict and chaos and situations of chaos. And so I when I hear the key words, the key words to me in my situation is, when people start to try to tell me, well, you came from, you know, Bronx, New York, and you didn't have A, B, C, and D. And you're right, I didn't have that. But I tell people like this. Yes, I grew up in the South Bronx and blah, blah, etc. I grew up in the South Bronx, but the South Bronx didn't grow up in me. And I did the work. I've lost a lot, a whole lot, and I've done the work, and I'm still doing work. This is not a journey where, okay, you did the work, it's over. You keep growing and you keep going. And it inspires others to do it, knowing that it's not easy. We all have our days where we feel really up, and then we have days where we feel down and we don't want to do anything. And it's important on those down days to at least accomplish one task for the day. Make that list of the pros and the cons of how you're feeling. Do things that are going to uplift yourself and help you to self love on yourself. I watch a lot of positive videos, mostly music I'm into because it helps keep my spirit and my mood uplifted, and I do things, healthy things now, eating better, taking care of myself. All of this is part of self loving yourself, and it's nothing wrong with that. And when you start to do this little by little, people, you start to feel better. And then you look in the mirror, tell yourself you're worth it. You deserve love. You deserve the best. And as you do that, you feel better, you do better, then you pay it forward and help other people so that they can be on this bandwagon and to do better. And when you get, in a situation in life where, maybe you backstep for a moment, it's okay. We all are human, we make mistakes. But then the next day, get up and get back on the wagon again. Don't stop, don't give up. To give up and to give in is to have no hope at all. You just keep going because we all are imperfect. Nothing, Rome was not built in a day. Nothing venture is nothing gained. One day at a time and one step at a time. And you keep going, and eventually, I promise you, you will start to feel better, little by little in time. And then as you do, help others to get on this bandwagon. And that's what this channel is about, to encourage you, to uplift you, and to talk about toxicity so that you can set boundaries when you are confronted with I call it a truckload of toxicity, so that you know how to handle it by setting boundaries. That's important because your mental and physical health is involved, and you want to always work on that so that you can be better and keep your passed over loved ones' memory alive by talking about them, what they meant to you, how they improved your life, inspired you, and keep doing that. And therapy is important. I'm not a certified therapist of any sort. However, I'm someone who's done a lot of work, and I'm encouraging others to do it because I know it worked, because it works for me. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You guys can do it as well. And connecting with a therapist doesn't mean that there's something, that you're mentally imbalanced or whatever. We all need help, people. And just having that space where you can talk to someone, it's an outlet for that pain. Remember that. And then also connecting with a bereavement group. It's easier to communicate when when you are in an environment of others who have gone through what you've gone through. And then those other people will share tidbits of what helped them to get through the process. You know, we all can learn from one another. That's what the message is here today. It's so important. Please share this video, like, subscribe. We're going to talk about a lot of things here on this channel. I also talked about being a 911 survivor. If anyone didn't hear that video, go back and listen to that, because I talk a lot about being a survivor. And, you know, prayer. I'm in prayer a lot with God. And when things are beyond my control, that I have no control over and I can't do anything, I give it to God. I give to God and let it go. And He has been really helping me as I put forth the effort. God have puts forth the effort and helped me. Honestly, it is so true, and I'm so grateful, and I show a lot of gratitude. So this channel is to help people. In the future, I want to do some live seminars and invite you guys to it so that we can talk about what's going on in your life. You know, you don't have to share a lot, but some of the things that you need to, the hurdles that you may having some difficulties climbing over. And then we can discuss some options as well. Thank you once again for being here. We all going to learn how to turn this pain into a purpose and purpose into a power, and learning that the pain needs an outlet to escape. And that's one of the ways we heal and get better and expand. Thank you once again. This is Lisa, sending you love and light always and encouraging you to keep going. I will be back on Monday with a new message. Thank you for being here, and everyone have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.